Okay, I'll tell you what. The universe is working against me today to record. The one I tried to put on, I don't even know if it's gone on. It's been trying to download for hours. My phone just keeps turning off in the middle of the video. And not turning completely off, just turning the video off. And most of the videos, it hasn't even saved. It saved part of that one. I'm not sure if I was still talking and it went off. I don't know. But I went back and listened to that one, and I had said so much more stuff. So I'm not even going to try and make this one very long, because I can't even tell you how many times it keeps doing some weird glitchy thing and just goes off. And then it's just all of the time I've sat here talking and it's just gone. Just gone. So I don't know what's going on, if it's just a weird thing. Maybe we're being hit with solar blast or something. You remember the other day when I was talking about my phone storage, and I said, you know, when I had called T-Mobile and was looking on Verizon and stuff, and all of a sudden my phone just increased how much storage it had. And then I wasn't getting notified that my iCloud was full. Well, it went the other way. Now somehow I have used 512 megabytes or gigabytes. Still is moving my thing. I'm telling you, this is the weirdest day. Oh, and it's been going since 3 o'clock this morning, and I feel so weird, and I've been so sick all morning, and it's just like, every time you think you've reached the end of your rope, it just keeps getting longer, and then you reach the end, and it's like, wait, there's more. Please stop. Oh God, I'm so sick of this shit. And oh my gosh, and the energy on TikTok is intense. It's just as intense as all of this stuff. I really feel like energetically stuff is like, it's crazy. The energy behind everything that everybody's doing. Like the energy that people are putting out on TikTok is intense. And it is, you know, some of these people, they are just looking completely in the wrong direction. And I think that it's going to really slap them in the face when they figure it out, when they see the truth and they realize how much they were being tricked. It's going to be a real slap in the face, man. There's going to be so much confusion, and that's why I said, you know, it's going to go into this major dark night for so many people. And I swear to God, it is time. Like, some of these people, the stuff they say, and it's marked, it's out there. You've put it out there. There's no going back from it. Some of these people are so judgmental and so hateful, so vindictive. And, you know, that is something for them to have to acknowledge in themselves, to see the truth. And they're going to have to deal with themselves. That's why I keep saying that whatever's going to happen is going to, you know, just show everybody the truth. It is going to be intense. And I just saw a thing this morning where Dolores Cannon was saying, this started in 2003. The going towards this, you know, where we entered the tunnel going into this change, into the change of ages. So we had already entered it in 2003. And I remember back when it was like, we started hearing about, you know, our clothes were being made by slaves in all these countries that were holding women captive. They were the corporate farms, all the stuff that was going out around that, when my daughters became vegan, and like all of these things have been coming into our reality, coming into our vision, so we can see the truth. And I was thinking it was even before that, but definitely I would say by the early 2000s. I'm not surprised at all, because I was trying to think back of when that was. Like, my daughter, the one, I think, was in junior high school. She was in high school. She wasn't in it for very, you know, a long time. And she is about to turn 30. So this has been going for a while, all this different stuff. And right now, it just feels like energetically, it is all just coming in. It's just, I feel like we're in this giant pileup. It just keeps being slamming energetically. like all of these different opinions and visions and realities and thoughts and ideas and stuff. And it's all just coming into this giant force of nature. And it will be like a tsunami. It will be this giant change. And you know, when you think about the pendulum swinging, or you think of it with somebody holding a rubber band back and shooting it, because right now that is the receding. That is energetically pulling all this energy. And when it gets released and it goes and starts going in the other direction, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be so explosive. It's gonna be, I think there will be a lot more people that are going to be hunting down family doctors and staking out hospitals. Like, it's going to be dangerous. There's going to be a lot of those people are going to be arrested and have their own Nuremberg trials to have to face, because I mean the closed indictments has grown so much. I mean, we all thought it was like a lot when we heard it was like 75,000. Then when we heard it was 125,000, then 175,000. Now it's over 300,000. And every indictment can have several names. So there is, when this changes, it's going to go like, oh, it's going to be something. It's going to be kind of like a vacuum is going to just suck going the other direction, if you know what I mean. And I think that a lot of these people who have these different accounts that are very built up, but they're kind of not real. They're not something that's going to help people, help mankind. Now, everything that is out to help mankind and help people grow and stuff, the people who are here to move us in the new direction, I think those accounts, you're going to see those all start going up a lot. And then the other accounts, you know, I mean, some will probably peter away, some will probably start changing their attitudes and stuff, but a lot of them, it's not going to seem as important to them, because suddenly things that are real are going to be real important to them, and they're going to be super focused on their own healing and what's going on. So some of them, I think, will disappear. Some are going to, you know, probably just go away because they want everyone to forget what kind of person they were online, you know, hateful and vindictive, and because of course they thought they were right, but that is how that whole like brown shirt mentality works. And I swear, I still think some of these people are the ones who are so against it. That's like the people who were the ones who were in the gas chambers the last time. So then they come out and then they get to see, like, well, so how did those people do it to us? So then you come out of that situation and you go in to see what inside a person drives them to be so cut off, and not understanding how, you know, no empathy, no compassion. So you go through life experiences, so you see that. So you get the other angle, the other view, the other perspective. So you get it from the other side. See how that works? That's why I said, like, all of these different people who are just constantly slamming the settlers and the colonizers and stuff like that, they would be, the people who are slamming them would have been the people who were doing it back then. So they're kind of like energetically drawing attention, kind of like throwing themselves under the bus. But see, they don't remember those lives, and I can't say for sure that every single one, but that's how it works. You come in and you play one side. Well, you don't play that side over and over. You learned from that side. You already got the questions, like, how could someone do this to us? How could they put us in this thing? How could they watch us starve? How could they test on us and stuff like that? And then you come in and then you see, you know, the other side, like what it is that gets somebody to not understand. Like, these people, they're just misled. They're gullible. But what leads them is kind of a darker side inside themselves. They want to believe the worst. They want to believe, like, it's a lot more comfortable for them to believe we're all wrong, that we're all crazy. And it's different than like for us, how we keep seeing all this evidence. And since we're open to hearing both sides, we can go in and watch both sides speak about like these things or whatever, medical stuff, government stuff, all that stuff. We can go in and actually hear the different groups speak, and we can process the information. But see, they cut that off. They know, some of them don't even know it exists. They just, it doesn't even exist. And they have to think that we're all crazy because they have to be right. That's all an ego, instead of questioning like, well, yeah, but what if? Like, what if? Like, why is it that they don't question like how much this other side keeps growing? And he makes a point of that all the time. How huge his following just grows and grows and grows and grows. His things, the rallies, how much bigger they get all the time. Like, people can't even fit. People wait hours and hours and hours and hours in the road just to try and get up there, and then wait hours and hours in line. It takes them all day to get into these places, and then, all the people can't even fit. There's just so many people. And he says that all the time. And I don't know where they come up with, like, they think this other guy's is popular. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because they surround themselves with people that are just like them. And when they go in and talk, they're talking more about social justice, because the stuff that they think and see and say is just, it's so crazy. I can't even believe it. Now there's some, I don't remember who it was. Stuff is so crazy. Some medical facility, I think, not like Mayo Clinic, but some medical facility is now offering to do free hysterectomies on children. And I'm sure there'll be parents who would think like, well, that's a good idea, because you have all these parents that are just part of the system. They don't think for themselves. They don't think things through. They don't look at it. All they do is think, oh, well, this is what the cool kids are doing. And I know that is part of what is going on with this spiritual TikTok, because most of the more progressive or liberal, they're more anti-God, because they relate God to religion. So they just think of God as being like the Christian God, and they're against that, and they'd rather believe in science. And anybody who believes in spirit stuff, they're like, a little too hocusy-pocusy or something. And so they can get comfortable, more with talking about, oh, the universe, okay, the universe is real and energy is real. But it's still not like a true connection to their own soul or spirit or something. It's still kind of up in ego, like, oh, I'm going to do all the right things. I'm going to wear the right clothes. I'm going to wear, the right necklaces, the right jewelry and stuff. But they're still so surface. They're not going deeper into life, going deeper into themselves, going deeper into their healing. But you can tell, like I said the other day, a lot of when you go on like the witch TikTok or something, like, and they all have all sorts of crazy hair. There's other people. There's all sorts of people who have crazy colored hair, and there's only probably a certain group of us that have been more like, you got to watch out for all the chemicals, and it's burning you put the chemicals and color on your hair, and you're fucking up your antenna. Like, and I see, to me, somebody who's, spiritual to the point where they're out there speaking about it in public, then it seems kind of like that they would know some of that stuff. That's what I'm saying, is some of these people are so in ego who are out trying to lead people spiritually, like that girl telling people, like, you just have to do my meditations and your life's going to be great. I guess I saw another girl yesterday who was all carrying on because she said that there's some person that she just ran across them on live, and they said they're the new the TikTok medium. And she said what was scary was all of these people, it was a huge amount of people who went into it live, like 75,000 or something, a huge amount, and they were all asking her questions. Like, she was really an expert. They were really trusting her with their information and stuff. And, I mean, there's lessons on both sides of that, because the person who's doing it is about to be faced with themselves. And when they aren't even seeing the truth, but then so what are they spreading? What are they putting out there? And to tell somebody, my meditation is going to save you, why wouldn't it be their own meditation? Like their own relationship with their own spirit. My everything is glitching on my stuff. Yesterday, my daughter kept trying to call me, and it just kept being like somehow I wouldn't see the phone, or it'd be like when I got up and I wouldn't see it. It just kept being weird stuff. So last night I was thinking, well, and she was like, I just want you to tell me what to do. Because she's at a crossroads. She's at a hard fork in the road. And so I was like, so I was thinking about it. It's like, I can't tell you what to do. You have to listen to yourself. I don't know your intention. I don't know what's truly going on inside of you. I don't know what you're here to heal. I don't know any of that stuff. It's inside of you. You have to go in and you have to sit with your information. You have to meditate on it. You have to ask your higher self, like, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be learning here? What am I supposed to be seeing here? Because you can't change anything. It's all happening the way it's supposed to happen, because destiny is going to play out the way it's supposed to play out. You're just here to ride the experience so that your higher self can watch and see how they act in a situation. So they can see, like, am I a vindictive, mean person? And why would I do that? Why would I be triggered to treat people that way? So it's like all of these higher selves are getting to see this information. This information isn't going, it's kind of like if you think about God's eyes on this whole thing that's going down. So all perspectives are seen. Everything will be seen. You hear the loud plane? It's like, this is, I seriously, I feel like I'm at my last. And they just keep making it longer. Oh, I'm so sick of this shit. Just the wacky fucking, what they're doing with the weather, whatever they're trying to do to set us up for what kind of storm, whatever's going on up in the air above us, and chemicals making us sick, unless, that is the Schumann resonance, or it's these sunbursts or something. And what's crazy too? It's like anything that would happen, the news would ever tell us the truth. They're not gonna fucking tell us the truth about anything. Like anything could be going on, and if you don't see it, like if it's not right out here, you wouldn't fucking know. Like Utah's having volcanoes. There's something going on in Yellowstone. Like, look at what's happening in Poland. They're not talking about that. There's just so much stuff. But whatever it is that they do talk about is just to manipulate our mind, to make us think like, oh, well, we got to do this or that. I saw somebody looking up today. Wasn't the NWO. It was something like that, though. And it was the benefactors, or whoever it is that supports, the people that give them money. And he goes in and starts looking. All of the people, Gator and all of the drug companies, the labs, all that shit. It's all part of the same thing. It's all part of this group who think that, we're their lab rats. They don't look at us any different than they look at those millions of mice that they cut their heads off to try and figure out a humane way to cut ours off. It's I don't know. It's just all so fucking weird. There's been just so many things that I keep seeing. I just keep kind of thumbing through on TikTok, though, trying to find something that is happening besides someone's opinion right now. Like, there's just so many people that are just, so much arguing. There's so much fighting, I guess. Every single group is fighting. I saw this young kid yesterday, and he was trying to point out the hypocrisy between both the male and the female. He said, no matter what, every time I go on TikTok, it's just men saying how much they hate women and women saying how much they hate men. And he did a whole thing of it, and all the stuff he said was really, really good. And he said he changed his algorithm. He just went in and started just looking up hashtag romance couples and stuff like that. He said I needed to look at something that was making me happy. There's just so much hatefulness and blaming the other people. But see, that's also part of the whole thing. When the truth is shown, there's like, we think the truth is just about the election or just about these things, or, you know, the truth is all things, and it's going to be all things to all people. Just like all these people are going through such horrendous things. Like, it's one horrendous story after another. If you listen to any people talking about what's going on to people, and on fucking TikTok, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just trauma after trauma after trauma of what people are going through. But it's, you know, how their soul chose to come in and experience this, because it was going to promote their growth in the areas that they're here to grow in. And, you know, we're just in the part of, I mean, we're not even in the full-blown crash yet, in the aftermath. You know, we're still in this part where it's just leading up to the crash. But when that crash happens energetically, and then everybody has to start, you know, the aftermath, going through the aftermath, the chaos, and then the healing. Like, there's so much more to go with this stuff. And yeah, it's not going to be, people are not going to be going and looking at ones about where to go have lunch and what shoes to buy when you want to eat there and stuff. Like, people aren't going to be like, oh, now I'm really curious about that. Most people are going to be like, what the fuck does it all mean? None of this means shit. You know, and people are going to, it's like the material world that everybody held so much value that they would do anything for a piece of paper, that all of a sudden they're going to see it had no value. And it's going to hit hard. It's like it's going to strike. It's not going to just be logical, but it's going to be emotional, spiritual. It's going to hit them like, oh my gosh, this meant nothing. I've been doing all of this and it meant nothing. Oh my God, I can't believe I fucked that person over for that. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God. And it's just going to be like flood coming in, of having to face themselves. I can't believe I treated them that way. Oh, I can't believe I said that. There's going to be just nonstop of this flood to face yourself. And it's going to be happening to everybody, you know, and it just depends on what you have to face. It all depends. Like, I've had the awareness that it's all going to be turning. So I've had the awareness to be very mindful of what I'm putting out there, the energy I'm putting out and stuff. And, you know, with my intention, I'm trying to put out something that is helpful, will help people, you know, and even bearing my own soul so that I can help people and show, like, I'm real, I'm authentic, like, I've really done this stuff. I really went and worked through my trauma and my problems. I really don't have triggers like I used to. Like, something that used to, you know, put me down, and I'd be like, oh, I couldn't talk, couldn't do anything, sit in my bed and cry and feel sorry for myself for weeks at a time or something. I'm not like that anymore. I don't get triggered. I mean, I'm not to say that nothing will trigger me ever again. Obviously, there will be triggers. I mean, that's kind of like why you level up in the game, to see. So it's the challenge in life. But I know that I don't handle things the way I used to handle them. But those are the things too, like where, you know, you come into one life and you play the part of being murdered, and then you come in to play the part of the murderer and see, you know, what got me to the point that I didn't care, that I would do something like that. Like, you see yourself. And that's the same thing with all of this stuff. It's all to play these parts so that you can see yourself. And it's just that a lot of people are going to be very surprised by what they see, especially these people who are really into this, thinking they're such progressive and so social justice and stuff. But I really do believe that the reason why the conservatives woke up first was because of their rights were being infringed on so quickly. But the people who, you know, don't believe in God or anything, and then they're out there like, well, I'm a witch now, and I'm going to tell you all about just use herbs and energy and stuff like that. They're not connected In the same way as somebody who is out there like really trying to explain to you the path to enlightenment, the path to wholeness, the path to feeling complete in yourself. It's not about this superficial shit like, oh, you do all this, you get $1 million. It's nothing like that. You get to feel like $1 million. Like I was thinking about that commercial too. Remember that one where it was like, it was like a MasterCard commercial, this and $2,800, this, and it's $1,500. And then it would say, and this, priceless. Oh my gosh. Oh, I swear to God, I'll lose my fucking mind today. Oh, and this demanding shit starts at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Sometimes it starts at 10:30 at night. Like I've already been asleep for like a couple hours, and then it starts. It's like, oh, motherfucker, I don't know. There's something, like, to me, everything is off. Every single thing. Like, I am definitely in a portal of hell. I just want out. I want to go and load up my shit in my car and just drive to Palm fucking Springs where there's no goddamn towers. Hold on. Here, go out, and then you just go out there and stay for a while. Oh my gosh. I feel so frazzled. That's why I keep saying, like, I'm at the end of my rope. To me, it feels like I don't have any wick left. I'm burning the wax now. But I do, if there was a way, as I was thinking, I don't know that much about Palm Springs. It obviously is a rich place. If they get to say, we don't have any towers. Then, but, you know, can they stop us all if we all just go there with tents and just go start sleeping on the beach? The only problem is with Florida, too, is that is a place that is already having the water rise. Like, they already have a system where they have to pump water out of the streets because of they would have a flooding situation. So when the water starts going up, it's going to go up quick there. I don't know. I want to just get the fuck out of here where I'm at, you know, get away from the chemicals. I feel like that they're just killing me. Like I just feel so sick. But then it's like when I went on my trip, then every place I was going, it was making me feel sicker because I wasn't used to whatever their frequency was or whatever they were being sprayed with was different. So I was feeling shitty there. And so then I was like, man, there really is nowhere to just go and hide, especially when I was driving through the desert and got the goddamn towers out there. Probably fucking got drones out there. Until they are defeated, which I think we're close, there is like, where can you go? Where can you go? Like, and people telling me like, oh, well, you know, come down here. Where I have people say, come to Florida. I should tell that person, yeah, I'm coming. Make room. I don't even know this person. But the whole thing is you just, you don't know what's going to happen from day to day. Like I saw, this is freaky. And this is the biggest reason why to me, it is kind of like, you got to stay put. Like inside of me, I want to get the fuck out. I want to get away from these chemicals. I want to get away from the energy here where it just feels so, it just feels creepy to me. Like where people are just completely oblivious to anything going on. It's so still. Like you can't hear birds. Like, and seeing through the trees and stuff. Like I've got so many dead trees in my yard right now. Oh, so sickening. But, so that feels horrible. It makes me just, you know, I just want to get the fuck out of here and just start driving. I was going to see about getting a ramp for the car and just be like, well, because if she was able to move around more, I probably would already be going somewhere. But, you know, I was thinking, well, I can get the ramp. But this is my thing that really gets me. And this guy is kind of haunting me right now. So, and he's British, and I don't know where all they vacation. Like, I had heard before a lot of, you know, they can go around in Europe, you know, they can go to Spain or go to Greece, go down by the ocean. A lot of them will go down, like, the French Riviera or something, you know, go down there. So, I don't know how many actually like go to Russia or go to China, like if it's a big destination spot. But this guy did, which seems wacky as shit to me. But he went to China. So he started videoing. And I don't know if he was videoing before about his trip. All I saw was he started videoing this. So he's in a hotel. And then they said that there's COVID people in the hotel, that they've had 11 staff in the hotel. I think they came and arrested the staff. They've locked all of the people down. They won't let them leave. They won't let them do anything. They give them whatever to eat. He said it's like prison food. And then, so the other day, all of the patrons, the people who were there staying on vacation, and probably some are staying there for safety, like I think they could be local people staying in a hotel, kind of. Like, I don't know if it's a quarantine. Like, I don't know all of the stuff there that's going on. But a lot of the people who were in the hotel started freaking out and wanted out of the hotel. And they started having a big, what is that? Prorate is coming to my head. That's not it. Not probate. It's when they hold up the signs and, start standing up together and saying, we don't want this. So they went and started having a big thing with the clients all trying to leave the hotel. And all these police and stuff came and stopped them and made them go back to their rooms. And the guy said that the people who were trying to leave said that if they find you, like if they test you or something and they find you have it, that they will arrest you. I don't remember the stuff he was saying, but what the people who were there, who were more familiar, like, because a lot of the people, when he was showing all of the people out in the parking lot trying to escape and get away, that they were, they mostly looked like it was all Asian people. So I don't know if some have had to go and stay in hotels. I don't know their quarantine situation or any of that stuff. But so they are trying to leave because they're all scared of they were telling him they'll take you to a camp. And so he is staying in his room, but he keeps going out and getting footage. So he's not just staying in his room. And don't forget those tests. Always say yes. And so then now they were notified. So he was showing out his window. Out in the parking lot, it was just tons of these guys standing out there with hazmat. It looks militant. All these hazmat suits, all these officers, all standing out there, barricading all of these people, not letting them in. And they brought in all of this wood and tools and stuff. Like, they're about to board these motherfuckers up in the goddamn hotel. They're about to board it closed. And he said to just keep us in for now. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of up to them, isn't it? But so now they were notified that they're going to be there for weeks. And he is saying, like, this is, he hadn't even, this is like right when he got on his trip. He was showing out his window of all the stuff he wanted to go see, all this beautiful, like, jungly looking place in China that he wanted to go to. But he's stuck in his room, and then he started telling the whole story. So he said after he's been locked down in this whole time, once he gets back to England, that he has to go into quarantine for another week to 10 days. So for a little vacation now, it's turned into, I don't know how much time he has off work. From what it sounded like in the comments, people asking him, he doesn't have to pay for the room and the food, I don't think. But still, I mean, you're imprisoned. He's imprisoned in this other place, and it can go anywhere. So that, anyway, is the whole thing of, like, why it seems a lot safer to stay put, even though this desire of, like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, they're fucking poisoning me to death. No matter what I do, it's just like, okay, well, my phone is telling me, time's up. You've been talking enough that... So, anyways, we'll see. Everything seems like it's glitching to me. I don't know if it's the energy coming in, and I don't know if it's something going on in the world. I don't know. We'll just keep seeing hopefully we're getting close. I mean, it definitely seems like we've got a pile up happening, and it just gets bigger and bigger. So something's gonna be given, something's gonna be happening, something's gonna just shake things loose. So I will talk to you later. Bye.